following on from what JJ was saying, I'd like to talk to you about another important part of the industry which has been overlooked. That is a very large industry in the Caribbean and how it's stocking on its dolphins. Many UK and European tourists swim every year with captive dolphins here. What isn't often talked about is the thriving capture industry taking place in the Caribbean and Cuba. Many of the dolphins arriving to the Caribbean parks are being captured and sold by Cuba. Cuba has a large capture industry and have been capturing and selling dolphins for decades. It is actually the niece of Che Guevara, who is the vet in Havana, responsible for selling the dolphins. Unfortunately, due to the political situation in Cuba, we know very little about the capture industry. We are unable to validate the actual quantity of dolphins they're capturing annually, but if you go across the Caribbean into the marine parks, you'll find they've all got dolphins which have come from Cuba. The method of capturing in Cuba is by chasing the dolphins in speedboats and throwing nets over them and wrestling them into submission and onto the boats. Cuba represses civil rights and environmental rights movements, so we can't get into photograph like in Japan, but it is going on. Cuba has received academic criticism for not carrying out studies into levels of sustainability of existing pods after captures. As I say, we really don't know how many they're capturing per year or what state the surviving pods are in. They report to capture only 15 dolphins a year, but who knows? Animal welfare laws and regulations across the whole of the Caribbean are lapsed and substandard or non-existent. We know from talking to several ex-trainers that a culture of replacing dolphins is taking place. Dolphins are being bred in the parks but are dying very young. Suicide rates are supposed to be high. According to ex-trainers, what happens often is that the dead dolphins are replaced by captured Cuban dolphins. So they are able to tell the public that they have successfully got a captive born which lives to about 40. But how many times that dolphin gets replaced, we don't know. One ex-trainer told us that he saw the same dolphin get replaced 4 times, and that was only in the space of a few years. It's just a shudder to think. So this is the situation in the Caribbean, and please remember that Thomas Cook and the other travel agencies are all still selling tickets to these parks. Thomas Cook says they only work with parks which have legal capture papers in place. This is their part of their great animal welfare package. They have been commended on by other corporate NGOs. We say capture is never okay. We say capture is never justified, even if the paperwork is in order. If this is the standards Thomas Cook stands up to, they are substandard. Empty the tanks!
Yay! Well done!